Hey, what is up guys? My name is True Underdog, and today we'll be discussing how to play charge characters, because I get comments down below all the time asking me how to use a charge character properly, as in how do you get the charges done, how do you know how long to charge for, and just typically what's the playstyle for a charge character. So I'm going to do my best to explain all that stuff. And the supers as well, because the super motion can be a bit weird for some, right? It's charge back, then forward, then back forward, and some people don't have a grasp on that, and they can't cancel Sonic Boom into it very easy either. So I'm going to go ahead and explain all of those things for you dogs, so the charge characters can be a lot easier for you to play if you're interested in characters like Guile or M. Bison. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so first off, a charge character has to charge their move before it comes out. So unlike Ryu, who can just do down forward and then punch for a fireball, Guile has to charge for about a second and then let go of it. I don't know the exact timing in this game, because it is a bit faster than Street Fighter 4, at least if my info is correct, it's a bit faster in this game. However, it's still not quite fast enough to beat certain characters in the projectile game. However, if you want to optimize your projectiles, the key is to start charging immediately after pushing forward and punch. That's how you keep it going out as fast as possible. So before I get into too much detail on that though, let's talk about how charging works. So for Sonic Boom, you want to hold back for about a second and then push forward and punch at the same time. However, you don't want to just hold back, because if you do, you're going to walk yourself all the way into the corner. So most charge characters will hold down and back, because that keeps the back and lets you use your Sonic Booms. I also have access to my flash kick when crouching, since you charge down and then push up for the flash kick. Now, with that being said, you don't want to do this too often either, because the opponent will exploit your crouching with overheads non-stop, and a bunch of jump-ins too. So the key is to find a perfect balance between walking backward and crouching. That way the opponent can't just overhead you all day, or throw you, because the opponent does know that most of the time you're going to be charging, which means they can do an overhead or throw you. So keep in mind to always have your defense on point. Don't always be crouching. Be prepared for whatever the opponent does. And whatever you do, don't just walk forward, because the second you walk forward, the opponent knows you've lost your charge and is going to go in. So at that point, it's up to your normals to keep them at bay. Now, like we stated earlier, it's important to start charging the second after your attack comes out. So let me go ahead and put those inputs on screen. Okay, so if you watch the top left, you'll notice the second my Sonic Boom comes out, I'm already charging again. This allows me to play the projectile game with certain characters. And charge characters don't always have projectiles either. M. Bison does in Street Fighter V, but that wasn't always the case. Now you're probably wondering, but what if I want to move forward, but keep my charge? So most characters, Guile especially, have ways to move forward without having to let go of back. So his back light kick moves him forward and is an attack also. So I love this move in the corner because I can keep my projectiles charging while also maintaining pressure. Now not every character has this option. I don't think M. Bison has a way to move forward while keeping his charge, but he does have the stomp, so it kind of evens out. Just keep in mind that certain characters will have moves that allow them to stay mobile while also charging. Even moves like back medium kick aren't good for applying pressure, but they're great for keeping the opponent at bay without having to charge down back and eat a jump in. You can walk back, kick, and then throw a Sonic Boom out. So when you're playing a charge character, always make sure to check out your inputs and see if you have any attacks that move you forward without having to let go of back. Because if so, that's a huge advantage on the battlefield. In my honest opinion, the best way to play a charge character is to stay within reach of your longest normal, so right here, right with Guile it's right about here, and then be charging from that distance. That way you have access to your flash kick if they jump in, and your Sonic Boom to control horizontal space. Now just like special moves, you also want to start charging immediately after your attacks. So for instance, this combo right here was a lot of trouble for some players, because they didn't understand that you have to start charging immediately after that first normal lands, because obviously I can't start charging before because I'll get an anti-air. However, the second it hits, I'm already charging down and back. This gives me the option to end my combo with either the Sonic Boom or the Flash Kick. And you want to have access to both because the Sonic Boom is safe, but the Flash Kick does more damage. So if the opponent blocks, you do the Sonic Boom. If they get hit, you do the Flash Kick for more damage. And this works for all attacks, and certain characters like Guile actually have target combos, which means you can push the buttons in advance, which gives you a lot more time to charge for your follow-up attack. So check this out. I'm going to do his light kick, medium kick target combo and start charging down back the second I've pushed medium kick. Then I'm going to follow it up with crouching light punch and cancel that into flash kick. So basically, it ends up looking like this. Now keep in mind, it does have to be the heavy version of Flash Kick, otherwise it won't connect. Although keep in mind, this is not a guide for Guile, it's a guide for how to use charge characters in general. So we've covered the special moves, we've covered how to combo into the special moves, so to top it all off, let's go ahead and explain the charge super. So a charge character's super requires you to charge back, just like a special move, and then press forward, then back forward, and then an attack. So for Guile, it's a punch, right? However, you obviously can't just charge back, because you'll walk out of range of the opponent. So like before, you're going to charge down back to stay close and keep your position. Now, in my honest opinion, it's actually harder to do the super raw than it is to combo into it, and allow me to explain why. So as you saw earlier, the Sonic Boom is to charge back and then press forward and a punch. Now if you want to cancel that into super, all you have to do is press back, then forward, and then punch, since you already did the first part of the super, which is to charge back and then press forward. So watch the inputs in the top left. Now I always push punch a couple of times in this game, because otherwise it may drop your input, but that's not really required to do the super combo cancel. But you'll notice how I charge down back, then I press forward for the Sonic Boom, and then just back forward one more time and got my super. So in other words, you don't have to do charge back, then forward punch, then back forward punch. Since you've already done the first half of the combo, all you have to do is finish the second half. So one more time. It's kind of hard to tell in the input because it looks like I pushed down back and stuff like that, but I assure you it's just charge down back, then forward plus a punch, then back, then forward plus a punch again to combo Guile's Sonic Boom into his super. You can also do it off the Flash Kick. I've done it before in a combo video, but I was honestly lucky that I got it because it's very impractical and a lot harder to do. Plus the Flash Kick is unsafe and you get less damage because the opponent has to fall into it as opposed to just getting juggled the whole time by it. So I recommend always doing Sonic Boom into super instead of the Flash Kick. Alrighty dogs, I hope this guide on how to play charge characters helped you out a little bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them down below and I will answer them as soon as I can. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos, because we have content on this channel every single week. It is never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming, so make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.